All right, here's another instructional video. This one is on how to make a bishop. There we go, and we can even spell it right with the aid of a computer. All right, we'll go from the front, and we start, and much like the rook, it has a base of 1 1/4, which we want half of, which is 0.625. Can go up by 1/4 of an inch because I do that on all of them. I like to go 0.1 in, although that is not a required dimension. I'm going to move my dimensions out of the way. I'm going to draw the height, which I believe is 1 1/4. Or not 1 1/4. It is 2 1/4. Excuse me, I mean 2 1/2. Okay. All right, and this one works pretty similarly to the pawn. It's really just an advanced pawn. I'm just going to go up 3/4 of the way. Now, bishops usually have a little bit of a riffle in them, like a little band there. And they usually come up to a point. Then they have a little sphere on the top. So I'm going to go in here. And again, just like the pawn, I'm going to go in at a right angle. Not entirely happy with this, but I'd have to do. I might redraw this. Let's go revolve this. Come on. All right, there we go. Revolve. There we go. Okay. Revolution axis. Go select. There we are. Let's go look at this in 3D. That looks a little bit big. That looks a little bit small. Let's fix this. Gonna delete these arcs. No shame in deleting your work and trying again. It takes less time to start over usually than it does to go through and fix stuff for a lot of these things. So I'm going to start it a little bit lower this time. And make this a little bit smaller. Gonna go and not quite make it all the way up to the top like the time before. It can look like that arc is continuing in an S-shaped pattern. And let's go there. This looks a lot better. How thin this is concerns me. I think that might fall off, but I think it's good enough for now. Better. Not great, but better. All right, one thing that is important on a bishop is that it has a little hole for the pope hat. That's what that is. It's a little pope hat. It's actually called a mitre. And to do that, we're going to do offset from plane. We're going to choose this right plane. And if I look in from above, here's what I want. I want this to be part way through, about there. I'll go back a little bit because it's going to be on one side of the line or the other. So I'll go right there. And I'm going to start a sketch on that plane. Come on, plane one, select. Let's go from the right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to draw a rectangle. I'm going to make sure it goes outside the lines. And I'm going to extrude that rectangle. I'm going to look in 3 dimensions. And bishops usually don't have a big old block. What they do is have a remove. I'm going to change the direction. What's that direction good? Let's see. Well, minimally, it's going to be pretty small, 0.05. There we go, 0.05 in that direction. Doop, there's a bishop. Let's go through, put our name on it, because we've got to do that. Just going to remove a couple letters from my name so I know it can fit. All right. Ugh. There's no scale function on this. All right, let's go and edit the text. Text sizing in this program is not generally the best. That ended up being a little bit larger this time. All right, so we go through, we cut 0.1, and your work can be returned to you without being confused with other things. When we go, we export it as an STL file, download it, and when after we have downloaded it, we go over and we attach it, and we make sure in the private comments that we put what color we want, either white or black. So put in black or white, because that's the colors that chess pieces come in. These are going to be printed. All right, that is the bishop.